Well, folks, we're going to take flight over the Shenandoah. So this is the North Fork of the Shenandoah near the covered bridge in Mount Jackson. Below us is the corn maze farm. If you've ever been to the corn maze in Mount Jackson, that's where it would be. Good agro-tourism location. Here we're looking out over the valley. To the west we have the Allegheny Mountains, and down below us here we have the covered bridge. A view of it you're probably not used to seeing. And surrounding the covered bridge and the water on both sides is what we call a riparian buffer, a portion of the stream bank that's full of trees. And the nice thing about riparian buffers is that they filter the water coming in as runoff. So of course, coming off of agricultural fields, there could be a lot of fertilizer and things of that nature, and the riparian buffer will hopefully clean that up and remove some of those nutrients and sediment before they reach the river and choke it up. All right, so now we're going to take a little flight over the river very slowly here. You can see the river's got some different colors in it. So the lighter tan portions of the river are shallower. The deeper to the right of the covered bridge, you can see some deeper areas that have a sort of greenish or even something approaching black color. Those are the deeper parts of the stream. We call the Falweg, which is the deepest part of a stream channel. Now we're going to look upstream. And the camera angle is going to level out here. And you can see the riparian buffer runs along the stream on both sides. As far as you can see off into the distance, that is Interstate 81 off to the periphery of the view. And if we turn around here, we can look at the stream going downstream. And then look at it as it meanders its way towards Mount Jackson. So the curves in the stream are referred to as meanders. The stream itself is, the North Fork of Shenandoah is the main river channel that basically drains the entire valley. So what you're looking at now is the watershed of the North Fork of the Shenandoah. There are many, many little tributary streams that feed into the Shenandoah that drain parts of this watershed. You can call them watersheds, but there's still a portion of the overall North Fork watershed. So here we have Massanutten Mountain. There's of course the short mountain where we call the Knob here locally. And all this farmland, of course, also drains into the North Fork of the Shenandoah. So any fertilizers put on the farmland will make their way into the water unless they are intercepted. So now we're going to fly upstream or downstream a little bit. Of course, the Shenandoah runs to the north, which is an interesting reality. Runs to the north and eventually empties into the Potomac River after joining with the South Fork, which runs through Page County, or the Page Valley, which is still technically the Shenandoah Valley. Massanutten Mountain separates the two halves of the Shenandoah Valley that we see in Shenandoah and Page counties. But Massanutten Mountain ends at Harrisonburg, just north of Harrisonburg, or east of Harrisonburg. And then the valley is united as it runs through the rest of Rockingham County and Augusta counties. And then, of course, Massanutten Mountain ends up near Strasburg, and the same sort of thing happens up there. Really, the Shenandoah Valley runs from the Blue Ridge Mountains all the way to the Alleghenies. All right, so here we're getting some more views of the farmland below. This will eventually be the corn maze. And all of this is floodplain. So there are times when this area, which we refer to as Meems Bottom, spelled MEEM''S, which you would think would say Meems Bottom, but local colloquial pronunciation. So all of this is floodplain, though. During major floods, 100-year events, or even just a little below that or above that, that's the statistical frequency with which you would get floods of a particular magnitude. So what roughly statistically once every 100 years. Of course, you can get 3 100-year floods 3 years in a row, or more than one in a given year, and have many, many, many years with none of them. We can talk about how you calculate that later on. But all of this silted, this area is silted. Down below the silt, the flood silts are layers of gravel, large gravels, and those, of course, extend further upslope to portions of the stream valley that used to be the floodplain at higher elevations. We call those terraces because the stream has been downcutting ever since. So you're looking at the current floodplain, which is really, really rich farmland. So when the stream does flood, there's a real important purpose to that flood. And sometimes the flooding produces levees on both sides of the stream. In this case, there aren't really what we would call well-developed levees on either side of the Shenandoah. There may be historical reasons for that. There may be reasons that they've been knocked down a long time ago, or they just never developed. Now we're going to come in for a landing in the parking area. And this will bring to an end our tour of the Shenandoah.